Hello everybody, this is Wing Gruen, and we are going to do a Don't Starve campaign. This is the first campaign I've ever done. We're gonna get things going. So, Don't Starve is a survival semi-RPG. The whole concept of it is that you're pulled into this shadow dream realm, and you have to, well, don't starve. So let's get this going. I am actually going to, you see I've played it a bit here recently, in fact. We're going to, let's just go with Wilson. How about? He's the first character you start with. The more you play it, you unlock other characters. You have Wilson, the gentleman scientist. He grows a magnificent beard. You have Willow, the fire starter. She has a can't burn to death. She starts out with a lighter, and one of the downsides is that as she's wandering around, when she loses sanity, she starts just lighting things on fire for no good reason. The next one we have is Wolfgang the Strongman. Now Wolfgang is interesting in that he does more damage with weapons. Does more damage with weapons when he's at a full or nearly full food bar. He, as he loses his food count, he'll get weaker, and yeah. And of course, there's Wendy, who has a ghost that follows around. WX78, who's a robot. Wickerbottom, the librarian. Woody, the lumberjack. And then the two characters that I haven't managed to unlock yet. Now, I do believe that this is the mime, and that this is the antagonist of the game. In order to unlock him, I know that you have to go through the portal and then survive 5 worlds in a row. If you die, you're kicked back out into the overworld, and you have to do it all over again. But then once you beat the 5th world, you unlock him to play. So, let's get started with Wilson, why don't we? Now this is just going to be a standard world, basic defaults, so nothing special. Really looking forward to Don't Starve Together coming out, and hoping to get some footage of that soon. It's part of why I'm wanting to start out with this one. So there we are. Say, pal, you don't look so good. Better find something to eat before night comes. See, even he's saying we need to be careful and not starve. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is the map. We don't know anything about the area that we're in right now. So to begin with, we're going to want to pick up saplings, because they give us twigs. We're going to want to pick up berry bushes, because they have berries and we don't want to starve. Now the rabbit there is going to be convenient once we have enough stuff to build traps and whatnot. But right now we're really just wanting to get our starting resources going. We want flint, because flint's how you make tools. So pretty much the first, 5-10 minutes of the game, we're really just running around and picking things up, trying to find stuff, trying to locate decent places to start out with. Oh wow, this is nice. Now this is a road. When you're running along on the road, you run a little bit faster, which is really nice. So what I tend to do is follow the road, see where they go, see what they're going to get me. Ooh. Wander off, pick up carrots, pick up berries, flint. Now, berries and carrots are safe to eat raw. As you can see here, we've got our hunger meter, our health meter, and our sanity meter. Now, the sanity meter will drop at night. It'll drop when monsters are around, all kinds of things going on. The lower your sanity gets, you start seeing crazy things. You'll start seeing shadows move that shouldn't be. Alright, now since we've already found a rock here too, we're going to go ahead and make us a pickaxe. We have enough. We'll go ahead and bust this rock up. Now it's going to drop some niter. I don't want the niter right now. The niter's only used is for making gunpowder, and I don't need gunpowder right now. I can't even try to craft it yet. We need the rocks, however, to make a permanent camp fireplace. Now that's not something I'm necessarily, well, probably not going to do the first night. Let's see our day-night meter here. About half of our time is going to be spent in the day. About a quarter of it is going to be at a dusk area where it's still bright enough that we can wander around, but we're getting kind of close to watch out. Ooh, this is good. Oh, and what I was saying is as the sanity meter drops, you start seeing things. Shadows start to move. If it gets low enough, things will actually change. Like the little bunnies here turn into, I believe they turn into beardlings, which is good and bad. Beardlings will attack you instead of, as you were saying, the bunny just kind of runs away from you. The beardlings will actually come after you, I believe. Oh, Flint. There we go. Getting pretty close to that time. Okay, now seeds are going to be something else we're going to want to pick up too. They can be eaten in an emergency. They give very, very... Ooh, gold. I want to get over there because I need some gold to build my research machine. But seeds can be eaten in an emergency. They give very, very little by the way of food. But, you know, if you're starving, you're starving. You'll eat whatever you can get, right? So we've got 7 berries, 7 carrots. We've got 20 grass. Now grass will stack up to 40. Twigs stack up to 40. Rocks will stack up to 40. Now we're gonna come in here and craft up an axe. And go to chopping trees down. Now you can click on things to, you know, where it says pick grass. I can click there and it'll perform the action. Or you know, you can move around with your mouse. I prefer to use WASD for movement. I'll occasionally use the click if I want to send them in a particular direction to do something like harvesting carrots, grass, that kind of stuff. Or you can just hit the space bar. Hit spacebar and hold it down. You're going to just perform the action over and over and over again on whatever is nearest. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. We've got 6 logs. Get a few more. You can see every time we cut down a pine tree, we're getting some pine cones. Cones can be planted to create more pine trees, which is good. It makes them a nice renewable resource. Saplings and grass will grow back over time, eventually allowing you to come back and harvest them again. And that's going to be a kind of a prime strategy we're going to be looking at some point. Is once we get a research machine up and running, I can kind of put together a science machine. Once I do that, I can craft a shovel. The shovel will allow me to actually dig up saplings, dig up grass, dig up various things that can be found throughout the world, and then I can replant them. Once they're replanted, they'll start growing again, and I can kind of build little farms, little harvesting zones to make it a little bit easier. Okay, now this is swamp. Ooh, and a boon. Ah, nice, a miner's hat. This is a good boon to have early on. You get a free pick, free miner's hat, some rocks, some gold. I'm going to take that off. As you wear it, its durability goes down. You can see just that short amount of time, it's already down to a 98% durability. I'm going to go ahead and get a campfire up. How about close enough to be able to chop those trees down? One thing you definitely don't want to do is get caught in the dark. The monster named the Grue is out there, and if you're in the dark for more than about 10 seconds, he gets you. And if he gets you, that's game over. So you definitely want to keep a campfire down. You want to, keep a torch around. Just so that you're not stuck in the dark. And it's actually one of the big advantages of Willow, is that she starts the game with a lighter. The lighter is more or less a low-powered torch that never runs out of fuel. So she can actually wander around at night, gathering or doing whatever you need to do at night. If you get stuck away from your campfire, you just flip out your lighter and keep going. Well, unfortunately, the first couple of nights are kind of boring, just simply because there's, well, not much to do. Come on, we're almost there. I don't think I need to throw any more wood on there. I think there should be enough. Whoop, it's getting shorter. And as you can see, even at night, our sanity is slowly dropping because it's creepy and strange sounds and whatnot. Oh, awesome. Okay. Rocks. Okay, so we got 23 rocks. I got 13 flint, which is good. That means I got more than enough flint to last me for a while. Go ahead and bust these up. The more gold you have, the better. Because, let's see. Oh, there it is. Automatically re-equipped. Nice. Because not only you have to have gold to build your science machine, you have to have gold to build the alchemy machine, but then also you can build kind of the upgraded tools. They're the golden tools. And it's like, okay, so with the axe here, or with the pickaxe here, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it takes 6 swings from the pickaxe to bust up that rock. Each swing of that pickaxe is going to take 3% of the durability off. Now, so doing the math, 100% durability, you're going to get 33 swings out of it before it breaks. Well, the golden pickaxe, you only lose 1% durability per swing. So definitely, definitely worth it in the long run to use the golden tools, simply because they last longer. You don't have to keep rebuilding them. Your overall resource cost goes down. However, it does cost gold. Now, so I started over here. I kind of wandered my way around. Kind of broke from my rule of following the road, but yeah, sometimes you gotta take it off the beaten path to find some of the truly good stuff. Go ahead and bust this one up. Now the gold specifically comes from the rock outcroppings that have these little flecks. These regular ones don't have gold in them, they have the niter, which again, I have no interest in the niter right now because inventory is at a premium, and I don't need the niter until I can... Oh, the tall bird nest. Whoop, let's not mess with the tall bird right now. He will absolutely fuck you up. Oh, another one. That's good. Believe the tall birds only spawn in these little rocky areas, so the fact that we managed to find 2. Now they do stop chasing you eventually. And it is possible, especially with those being right there next to the road, that we could potentially drop by unnoticed, and eventually, oh, what do we have here? We have the box thing and a gnome. Ooh, and a spear. I'm gonna grab that spear. I'm trying to avoid these evil flowers. They're gonna be... that was a bad move. So what I was saying about the evil flowers is that they are necessary in that you use them as a component later on in some magical crafting, but standing near a growing evil flower drains your sanity, and picking them drains your sanity even more. I believe it's 5 just instant sanity right off the top if you pick it. So if you're trying to go crazy, go pick a bunch of them. if you're trying to stay reasonably sane, now I believe Wilson starts with 20 sanity base, so, or sorry, 200 sanity base. So it's not like, you know, one evil flower is not gonna cause too many problems. But, you know, you pick 20, 30 of them all back to back, and you're definitely gonna not have a happy day. Because eventually those shadow monsters that you start seeing, they start becoming real. Once they start becoming real, they start attacking you. Eventually, you know, little shadow hands start coming out and trying to turn your light out, and that's always fun. Now, what I'm looking for right now is a decent place to kind of make a, I guess, a base camp, you could call it, somewhere centrally located. You know, decent access to a couple of different resource types. Preferably, we find beefalo or the beefalo are in this biome. However, generally you find either beefalo or you find rabbits in that biome. Now, in that, the first one we came across, it was rabbits, so probably not going to find too many beefalo there, even if I went back and looked for them. But beefalo are important because of the manure that they drop. When they drop manure, you pick up manure, you can use manure to craft farms, you use manure to refertilize berry bushes, which, as I was saying earlier, you can get the shovel and dig things up. Berry bushes require refertilizing before they will start growing again. The sticks do not. The saplings don't require fertilization, but berry bushes do. And looks like this is going to be good later. Let's follow this road a little bit more. You find in these little patches of swamp, which is... Now see, that sinkhole is going to would take us down into the caves. I'm not going down there. I've ventured into the caves once or twice. For the purposes right now, we may go down there later, but for the purposes now, I'm not gonna mess with it. Alright, so we got a wormhole to jump in. Maybe a thing to do. It's getting on towards nighttime again. Probably gonna have to just build another temporary fire. Oh, I'm definitely getting hungry. We got carrots and berries galore, so we'll be alright. Now, the mushrooms, you definitely don't want to eat mushrooms raw. I know, if I recall correctly, the way they work is that there are 3 different kinds of mushrooms. There's the red mushrooms, which grow in the day. There are the red mushrooms that grow in the day, or that are out during the day. There are the green mushrooms that are out during the twilight, and there are the blue mushrooms that are out at night. Now, they all do something different. I believe they all... Oh, while I'm talking, I should be cooking up some berries. If I recall correctly, they will increase 2 statistics while decreasing the 3rd. So, you know, you eat one, you gain hunger and health, but you lose sanity. Or you gain sanity and hunger, but lose health. I'm sure if I took the time to actually experiment or look it up on the wiki, then it wouldn't be that big of an issue, but not overly worried. I would tend to just save them, because once you get your permanent camp down, you're going to start building crock pots, and in crock pots you start making bigger and better foodstuffs to eat. And generally, most food recipes require one primary item and then filler to go with it. I tend to just use mushrooms as filler, because their downsides are removed by the cooking process. So, yeah. Well, looks like we're pretty much out of road. You know what, let's go jump in the wormhole, see where the wormhole takes us. Now, the thing about wormholes is they're great for exploration, because most of the time they're going to take you somewhere you've never been, and once you're there, you can start exploring again. You've got a pretty big area to start exploring. The downside to them is you are jumping into a giant toothy hole in the ground that swallows you up and has hair all around it. Kind of creepy, huh? Here we go. You know, that was not a sane thing to do. And now see, your sanity takes a little bit of a hit. Okay, so you can see this is the one we went into. And it spit us out way over here. Like I said, very convenient, nice for exploration. You know, it's really nice to find those next to resource types that are important. Okay, so we got some spiders, we got some more rocks, a lot of spiders. We don't want to mess with the spiders right now. We're not ready to mess with the spiders right now, though we do have a spear, but not worth it. We got a beehive. That'll come in handy later. See where this road takes us. Plenty of rocks in this spawn, that's for sure. And these lumpy pine trees are kind of annoying because they... Oh, it's just one big circle, and it goes back up through there, so... Let's see where it goes. The lumpy pine trees, I don't like them. They provide less wood than the standard pine trees do. And they also don't drop pine cones. But they still increase the chance that a treant will pop out. Jeez. All out of rodeo. Oh, well, this is okay, I guess. There's a swamp area here. So, swamps are the only areas you can get tentacle whips there, and you can get reeds there, which is how you make papyrus and blow darts and things like that. It's the only area you can find that stuff in. What's really fun is when you find an area of swamp that has like a spider web, or has a couple of spiders near it, and also like a fishman village. Because the monsters in this world don't like each other. They cannot stand each other. So they will just sit there and fight. And the great thing about it is, if you hang back long enough and just watch, eventually you just kind of run in and reap the spoils and run away again. It's a great way of harvesting certain resources that you don't want to tangle with things about. Alright, so we're out of the rocky region again, back into some trees, and there's a rabbit. There's a carrot. Alright, there's a living wood tree. More carrots. Now, don't always pick up all the carrots, because there's a walrus camp. Food items have durability as well. They lose that durability. They rot. There's a free axe there. My inventory's full. I'll just try to remember this place. And so I don't always, especially with carrots, because as long as the carrot is still in the ground, it doesn't rot. At least I've never seen a carrot in the ground rot. Once you pick it up, oh! Well, now this is nice. So this calls a question. Do we jump straight into the real game, or do we actually build a base camp? Now, I think I'm going to try and build an actual base camp, just so that I can show you how it's done, kind of get a little bit of extra practice in, and then we'll jump into the game once things seem to be running well. So, well, I think this is going to be a good place to stop for the first episode. Please, if you like what you hear, hit the like button. If you like what you hear and want to hear more, please hit the subscribe button. I hope to bring you a lot more Don't Starve and other things of that various type. So, this is Winged Ruin saying, have a good night.